Hello everybody and welcome to That's Football. It's Ajax versus Chelsea in the Champions League. Interesting 6 o'clock game. I think this is the pick of the tie of the two nights, actually. I think this is the pick of the two nights, this tie. I think it's been a bit of a shitty Champions League week, to be honest with you. Not that many great games to watch, but this one is one that's caught the eye of many a football connoisseur, me and you included. So looking forward to this game. Ajax, obviously semi-finalist last year. They've lost a couple of players in I've forgotten who they've lost. De Ligt and Van somebody, wasn't it? I can't remember what his name was. It wasn't De Beek, he's still there. De Jong. So there we go. Yeah, we'll go through the team news, but Chelsea, I think, are a little bit unchanged. So, unchained melody. They're keeping with the same team. Tammy Abraham's certainly playing. And we are about to be kicking off very soon, actually. So, I just need to get a couple of things up and running. Ready. Okay, so Chelsea line up with Willian in the team, which is interesting. Azpilicueta, Zuma, Tomori, Alonso, Jorginho, Kovacic, Willian, Mason Mount, Hudson Odoi, and Tammy Abraham. And I must say, as a Manchester United fan, that is an exciting team that's got a lot more English young talent than we ever play, and yet we are apparently the team that plays youth talent. Don't buy it. It's not true. So, my prediction for today, I'm going to go with... I fancy Chelsea to get something, to be honest. I do. I'm just tweeting. I'm live. Hello, everybody. Yes, I'm going to go Chelsea to win 2-1, I think. Yeah, I'm just in that mood. Felt like it. Deal with it. Hashtag deal with it. I had a bloody nightmare. You know, I did the stream earlier on FIFA. And I went and played. I stayed on FIFA for a little bit. I played Ultimate Team for a little bit. And unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I'm playing this guy. It's 1-1. It's quite a close game. He gets a yellow card really early on. His same player. Hey, Mark, appreciate your commitment to your fans, says Goldbridge Fan TV. There you go. That isn't me, by the way. We're just about to kick off here, and I'll tell you the rest of the story as soon as they kick it off, which they just have done. Yeah, he does a foul, gets a yellow card really early on. Then I run through into the penalty box. He chops me down. I get a penalty, no second yellow card, even though I'm the last man running through on goal. Don't get a yellow card. Miss the bloody penalty because I'm shit at them. In the next play after that, I'm running down the wing. He chops me down with the player who's on the yellow card again. No second yellow card. Should have been sent off twice. Guess what happens? He goes and wins 2-1. And that was in the first half. Ridiculous. And then in my next game, I lose 2-1 again. But in the first half, I'm 1-0 up. Keeper running through one-on-one. Round the keeper, chops me down. I'm about to tap it in. And he's come out the box to do it. I'm about to tap it in. I get a free kick on the edge of the box, which obviously I'm not going to bloody score. And the keeper stays on the pitch. It's bloody ridiculous. Absolutely bloody ridiculous. There we go. Anyway, Chelsea have got a corner here. Let's get on. Let's get on with it. Oh, good punch by the keeper there, because that was coming in on the back post to be headed home, I think, by Chelsea. I think it was Tomori? Yeah. Good cross, back post. No, Zuma, actually. Zuma went up and the keeper punched it away. Marks out of 10 for FIFA 20, says GTA Red Star Gaming. Ooh, I tell you what, I'm bordering a 5. I can't go any higher than a 5 at the moment. My score prediction, Chirag, is 2-1 to Chelsea. I think it's going to be a good game, though. And here's Ajax on the attack. They've got Promes into the box here. Chelsea got people back, but Van der Beek might make this. He should have scored. He should have hit it first time. They want a penalty. They're saying it should be a penalty on a block. I don't know what they're saying. Offside now. Offside. Play on. So, little bit of chances for both teams there. The pass into Promes was offside. The shot would have been unfortunate for that to be out. Well, actually, I think that would have been a penalty. It's and it's not offside either. Oh, that's a double bad decision there. Promes is not offside, and I think the shot from Van der Beek probably would have been a handball. VAR, but this isn't the Premier League. So basically, if no one saw there, Van der Beek plays Promes in. He's not offside which the linesman said he was. The cutback comes to Van der Beek, who shoots. It goes up off Alonso's leg into Alonso's hands, who are up like that. Probably should have been a penalty. Bottled it already. Why does Manchester United have so many wet blankets in the team, says Rifleman? I don't know. He was nowhere near offside. No, terrible decision that was. Make sure you subscribe if you do. Please do share the video if you have subscribed. Most people voted for me to do this as the watch along for the Champions League this week, so I've had to shift a few things around. 6 o'clock's not always a good time for me with a young family, but we've shifted things about, and I do actually think this will be the better game. Hope you are doing well, mate, and having a great day, says Artificial Intelligence. Well, as long as you're not FIFA 20 artificial intelligence, I'll be nice to you, because FIFA 20 artificial intelligence can go and do one. Let him fix it. Let him fix. We are back in 1986, says Brozen. I got it wrong, didn't I? End to end, anyway. We like that saying, and it is. What did I think about the Mane VAR decision, says Vladimir Posternikov. The most accurate VAR decision of the weekend for me, because I don't agree with that rule on Mane, but it is in the rule book that any touch of the hand that leads to a goal is handball, deliberate or accidental. So by the letter of the law, they were right to cancel Mane's goal. I said this a couple of weeks ago when we were doing Real Madrid PSG, and Bale scored that goal and it sort of brushed across his hand before he hit it home. Another header won by Chelsea. Chelsea are winning all the headers at the moment from the corners. Another threat of Chelsea I hadn't realised there was how good they are at getting decent balls into the box and getting on the end of them. But a really good game. We've only had 5 minutes. It's been really good, and I think it's going to be a good game. And Chelsea are so... If he can keep, he's going to get new signings. If he can keep this team fit and raring, then I think Lampard's going to get top 4 without any problems. And it's interesting to watch Ten Hag as well, Maddie. Yes, it is, because he's the Ajax manager. Chelsea's kit's quite nice. Yes, I agree. Michael Dunn, I agree. Prediction for Genk versus Liverpool. I'll be in the bath. That's my prediction. With a glass of red. Hi Mark, UTB, says Alvin Blocks. Must be a Chelsea fan. Chelsea are really getting going under Lampard, says Disease Gaming. To be honest, this is one of the first times I've watched Chelsea this season. I think I've only watched them about 3 or 4, so that was part of the reason I wanted to do this as well, because I think Chelsea are one of the better, more exciting teams in the Premier League. I mean, Liverpool and Man City, we know they're good, and I'm not taking anything away from Liverpool and Man City, but we know they're good. You want another team to come through, and I think at the moment Chelsea, the way that they're playing, I really, like last season, I wouldn't have given Chelsea the steam off my piss. Chelsea under Hazard, I find them quite boring and irritating, but Chelsea under Lampard, they're a breath of fresh air. And my dad supports Chelsea, so that makes no difference. I still didn't like them last season, but I actually got a lot of time for Lampard. And my time for Lampard started when they came to Old Trafford in the Carabao Cup and knocked us out with Derby a year ago. And I just saw a really well-organised team. And I've got a lot of time for Lampard. A lot of time for Lampard. A lot of time for Chelsea. I'm in that mood. Not now, but I'm in that mood these days where United have been shit for so long, but you love football. So, you don't just go, my team's shit, I'm turning the telly off. You go and keep watching football, and I think the older I get, the more respectful I become of other good footballing teams. I'm not that respectful of Man City because I think they've done it on cheat mode, but I do respect what Liverpool's done, and I do respect what Chelsea are doing. I'm not one of those blind United fans who just goes, oh, I hate them, I hate them, I hate them. I actually think that there's a lot to be said for respecting and talking up what other teams are doing right to expose what we're doing wrong. Mark, please do a Michael Caine, says Ellis Horton. I think I was sort of bordering on doing a Michael Caine, really, in that last bit, wasn't I? So, I think I'm getting a little bit towards Michael Caine, but that's not Michael Caine. That's sort of moving towards it a bit, because she was only supposed to blow the bloody doors off. Not as good as I can do, but she was only 16. She was only 16 years old. I will not bury another Batman, Bruce Wayne. I will not bury another Batman. I will not bury another Batman. Rubbish. Score prediction for Inter versus Dortmund, says Declan Plays. I nearly did that one as a watch-along, but I thought it was a little bit too cultish. You know, I didn't think enough people would be interested in that, so I did Chelsea Ajax. I'm doing United stand at 8 o'clock. Ajax are on the attack here, though. He'll shoot from distance, and he'll go just wide. They're shouting at him as well, saying, you should have passed to me. But he shot from about 35 yards there. And I don't really blame him. He could have slipped in. No, I think he was right to go for the shot. You think Ajax will go further than last year without De Jong and De Ligt, says Den Oasis. No, I don't. I think that they'll do well to make the quarterfinals. Anyway, whilst we're having a little bit of a chat, we've got a few people watching. Please do share this stream on Twitter and Facebook. But most important of all, we're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers by Christmas. I never thought we'd get 100,000. I think this channel works so well. I'm really, really, really enjoying it. So please do subscribe to it. And let's see what we can aim for tonight. I don't know what we're doing on subscribers. Oh, it says 96,200. So maybe we could get to 96,500. That would be nice. We're on 96,248 at the moment, so we could do it. Please subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner, and share the link if you have subscribed. Where can I watch the match live, says Naftal Nashi. Well, I'll give you the updates on here, but we are in the UK and we are watching it on BT Sport 3 HD. I like Van der Beek. Unheard Hullet. Unheard Gull 13, sorry. I thought you had a good surname then. Hullet is a very good surname to have. Van der Beek caught that one on the volley. I really like him. Is it Van der Beek with a D-E-R or is it a D-E? Is it Van der Beek or is it Van der Beek? But the interesting thing for me is that I can't... Why for the life of me, I cannot understand why we didn't go for Van der Beek. Like, he is brilliant and cheap. Tadic is good. I can't do Liverpool versus Spurs watch along on Sunday, John Wayne 1, for a very simple reason. I would love to be doing that game, but I can't do it because United are playing fucking Norwich at 4:30 at the same time. What twat has organised those crossovers? Ridiculous. Madness. And he's basically a Dutch. He's basically a better Herrera. Van der Beek. Well, we'll see how that tweet does. I was just saying on Twitter there, I can't believe this has just reminded me. I spoke about Van der Beek in the summer. He was available for about 25 to 30 million pounds. I think he's about 24, and he's basically just a more attacking Herrera. He's really tenacious. I would like to have gone for him. There is a Solskjaer press conference. I'll be covering that on the United Stand at 8 o'clock tonight. I don't think he's going to say anything groundbreaking, if I'm totally honest with you. Oh, Willian, that's a foul, definitely. It's Van der Beek, not Beek, says Natasha Leggy, who could be also pronounced Leg. You see what I did there, Leggy? Why United not signed Van der Beek? Because he is not Der, says Goldbeast Prosperity. I haven't seen Dybala's goal, RB Comps. No, I've heard a lot of people talking about it. I have a very, very, very busy day today. Very busy day today. Which is no excuse. Oh. Do I think we could play Twansibi as a CDM, says Sir Ott? Yeah, maybe. Morgan Johnson says expressions or troops. I like them both. I'm not gonna choose either. I like them both, and they like each other. So there's no point in dividing friends anyway. But I like them both. Love how Ajax play. If things get worse under Ollie, I hope Ten Hag is strongly considered. Says Don Island. Yeah, I like the way they play. I would like a manager with a vision. I think that's the problem. I'm going to talk about that at 8 o'clock actually. Manager with a vision. Underlines it so I remember. Is Odie into the box? Bill Oddie, sorry. He's signed his new contract, hasn't he? Alonso. Here he is. Hudson Oddie again. Skips past one. Looking for a pass. He's going into the box. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's gone for a goal kick. Overweighted pass from Alonso. Definitely not got the first name Xavi. Ajax are a class team, says Emmy. It's a good game. It's a good game, this one. The tweet was on at United Stand MUFC. Who do I dislike the most in the Manchester United squad, says Jamie Wiltshire. Well, you don't need to be a United fan to say that. So everybody who's watching, put in the live comments who you dislike the most in the Manchester United squad. For me, there's a few candidates. Phil Jones, Ashley Young, Nemanja Matic, Jesse Lingard. Lovely little bit of play here by Mount. Good save. Interchangeability there. 1-2 with Oddie and Mount, and he shoots low. It must be so great to be a Chelsea fan. It must be so great to be a Chelsea fan and see this youth, tearing it up in the Premier League and Europe. Very, very good football inside. Very, very good football inside. And they've got a corner now. Yeah, so I don't dislike any of these United players personally, by the way. It's just I don't like them as footballers. Lovely bit of play there, though, by Mount and Oddie, and a good save. John Wayne 1 is a Chelsea fan. There you go. You must be loving it, mate. It's good to watch. It's good to watch. I just wish it was my club. But Ajax are on the attack now into the penalty box. Didn't do that well there. You know the Alvarez player who plays for Ajax? Is that the same Alvarez who broke Luke Shaw's leg? I think it is, isn't it? That was a horrific tackle. I'm aware how you announce Odie's name. It's an old joke. I used to call him Oddie. Mucky face. I'll have a look in a minute what the weekend fixtures are as to whether I'm going to do a watch along. Ziyech trying to go on a good run there, but Mount makes the tackle. Good game. Both teams wanting to play quick, attacking, passing football, and that's making it a really, really good one on the eye. Both teams wanting to win the ball back quickly as well. Young and Lingard piss me off the most in possession, says Don Island. Sorry, it wasn't Alvarez, it was Marino. Hector Marino. Who does he play for now then? Does he still play for PSV? So, 17 minutes gone, 0-0, but a good game. I haven't had a Greg's pastry in ages, Dan 11, to be honest with you. I always used to like the bean and sausage melt, to be honest. But what I found annoying about Greg's is it's not always hot, is it? It's not always hot. It's a bit like McDonald's. They don't do pastries, but sometimes you can get a McDonald's and the Big Mac and fries aren't that warm. Especially, God, has anyone tried Uber Eats and get a McDonald's from them? I mean, the technology is brilliant. I mean, you can actually get an app whereby you can see visually on a map them coming to your house with the McDonald's. But I think basically how Uber Eats works is it's a guy on a bike who works for Uber Eats who goes into McDonald's, orders your order, and then cycles it to your house. And by the time it gets there, it's far from fucking warm. Lampard is better than Ollie, says Tommy Lee Davis. I don't think you're going to get many arguments with that one. It's a little bit like saying, Fanta's better than piss. And it doesn't matter how much you hate Fanta, it's still better than piss. Grow a full beard, says Jibril. I like to just get it long for a couple of weeks and then do what I've done now and shave it off. That's my process. What a ball that is. Switch of the play out to Promise. He's got Aspilicueta. Has he got him on toast? No, but ZX picked it up in the box. Cross, cleared. Chelsea get it away. But good game. Am I in on No Shave November? What did November used to be? That was growing a moustache, wasn't it? Which I can't actually do. We should be more like Ajax and improve our recruitment of young players. Maybe Van der Sar can be our solution as director of football, says Unheard Gull 013. Well, you know what? In fairness to Manchester United, and I always try to be fair, they give you a lot of reason to be critical, but the United have been buying a lot of young players for the last 3 or 4 years, so we're just waiting to see whether they come to fruition. I mean, I'm really hoping that Alua Traore, who we got from PSG, he's one of my predictions, but I don't know how many years he's off if he's ever going to come through. I'm not doing No Nut November. Sod that, Dalra. Was that a year ago already? No Nut November. I thought it was. That feels like a long time ago. No one says the scary thing about Chelsea is they've still got Loftus Cheek, Kante, Rudiger and Emerson to come back yet. And they've got a transfer ban. When is their transfer ban over in January or is it over in the summer? Because they will spend. And they don't even start Pulisic. Badger, stop asking me about Liverpool Genk prediction. I really don't care, but I imagine Liverpool will win. No one. I've already answered the question, but you keep asking it again. Copying and pasting will get you timed out. How highly do you rate Sophie off Chelsea Fan TV, says Goldpiece Prosperity? I've only met her once. And most of the things I've heard about her have been sort of from other people, which I just don't do that. I don't make an opinion on somebody without actually having had conversations with them. I met her and we didn't even really talk. She was talking to other people and I was talking to other people. It was more of an introduction that, I doubt she's my sort of girl, but as a footballing opinion person, I don't really know enough, to be honest, but she definitely wouldn't be my sort of woman. No way. Right, Ajax are on the attack, which I suspect that's what the comments were about. Lovely play by Ajax, crap shot by Ziyech. SK says she's alright looking. I imagine a few of you think that, but not my cup of tea. And we all like our tea different. Some don't like tea at all. They like coffee. And that's not an analogy for coffee being homosexual and tea being straight. Coffee lovers are not going to like that. Real Madrid interested in Sancho, thoughts, says Omar Audi. My thoughts on that, Omar, are it's fucking October. Like, Sancho ain't going anywhere till May. I really don't care about stories about Sancho in October. It's irrelevant. Giovanni Bertrand says press conference for Ollie. Yeah, well, I'm obviously not doing a reaction to that because I sort of tactically realised it would be boring. We're going to get a book in here for a Chelsea coach, Jody Morris. Yellow card. And if I was him, I would just go, whatever. It's only a yellow card. Is that all you got? Just a little bit of updates on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's press conference. He's talking about poor away form. It's a question I've asked myself, an issue we have to sort out as soon as possible. We have 4 away games on the trot, so hopefully that statistic will turn. Yeah, I'm glad you've asked yourself that question about the away form, Ollie, being as you're the fucking Manchester United manager. At least on this channel I can say what I bloody well think. How is Sanchez doing in Serie A? Says Jamie O'Neill. Alexi, injured. Wayne Gleason's a Leeds fan. Don't hold it against him. Who should have the power? The ref on the pitch or the ref in the VAR room? Says Ira Redhead Ling. I don't think that there needs to be any power. The referee can't see everything on the pitch, and the VAR should be there like it is in rugby to assist the referee. You work together. But the problem the Premier League have got with VAR is that they don't want to undermine the referee on the pitch. But it shouldn't be one against the other. It should be one team together. And if the referee gets something wrong, then you tell him the referee's got it wrong, or the referee misses something, you tell him. But it just seems really, really confusing at the moment. Siddhant Bishardi says, contrary to popular belief, Van der Sar is not the director of football, he's the CAO. Mark Overmars is actually the director of football. In the know, I don't know if Van der Sar was the director of football prior. I think you're absolutely right, but I think that it will... Van der Sar could definitely do the job. Interesting comment here from a Chelsea fan, Lily XX, says most of us Chelsea fans have been crying out for years for our managers to play attacking football on our youth. Now we finally have a manager that does both. Exciting time to be a Chelsea fan. Yeah. You know what? I've known that Chelsea's youth system has been very good for a long time. And Lampard is an ex-Chelsea player. I mean, you've got the dream ticket there. It's just what he can do and what the sort of pressure is going to be. Is there going to be pressure for him to win a title, or are you happy just to grow slowly, which I think is what's required? Am I Ollie out or Ollie in? I'm still Ollie in at the moment, but I'm not confident about the situation. But there you go. Dean Camilleri says, do you like cheese? I love a bit of cheddar on my beans. Yeah, I do like cheese. I'm not a cheese connoisseur, and I hate stinky blue cheese like Stilton, even though Cropple Bishop Stilton and Colston Bassett Stilton is some of the best in the world. I went to primary school in Colston Bassett. I grew up in Cropple Bishop. So it's funny, really, when you think about it. I mean, it's a funny story, isn't it? I could tell it if I wasn't so funny anyway. I could tell this story. You know, people often ask me if I like cheese, and the funny thing is, Stilton, the best Stilton you can get in the world is Colston Bassett, where I went to school, or Cropple Bishop, where I grew up, and I don't like Stilton. It's amazing. And it should have been 1-0 there. Should have been 1-0 there. Dropped to Hudson Odoi in the box. He hit it well, but he hit it wide. Zenit are 1-0 up over Leipzig. Doing out for Halloween, says Jamie Wiltshire. Yeah, I'm probably just going to do a big, massive Fast and Furious box set 1-7. I'll just do that on Halloween. I hate that film. Springboks versus England final soon, says Joshua Kane. I really don't think England have got a bloody chance. His promise of beating New Zealand. Into the box, back to Van der Beek. Little dinky pass into the box to Alvarez, who does a crap cross, and Chelsea will get rid. Well done, Hudson Odoi. And he's won a free kick. Jamie Davis says, I've just joined. What's the game like? It's good. It's flying by. I'd say they're very equal teams. And yeah. Interesting game. Daley Blind, obviously, just headed it back to his keeper there. Who's Emma Jones? Who is Emma Jones, Brozan? Is she the one who does... is she a Leeds fan? Does she do the Leeds stuff? Was she the one who was at the bloody football award I won? Don't know who it is. GTR Red Star Gaming says, I'll be locking the gate so the little fuckers don't get my sweets. Yeah, I used to be brilliant at that on Halloween. I'd always say to the missus, go and get us a big massive bag of those Halloween Haribos because I love them. And then just not answer the door. And you get loads of sweets yourself. That's the way to do it. Let's have a look if I can get you some more Ole Gunnar Solskjaer quotes. The Europa League is important for us. The last time we were in it, we won it. Qualifying for the Champions League is an aim, so whether it's through the top 4 or the Europa League, it doesn't matter. We've got 4 tough away games now, and we're looking to pick up victories. I'll give you some more when I get it. Is there an 8 o'clock show on the United stand? David, there is. There is an 8 o'clock on the United stand. I can give you some spoilers. Timo Werner will feature. Ollie's presser will feature. A little bit about no Gomez or Chong going, which I think is wrong. A little bit about Maddison as well. And I want to talk about a manager with a vision, because obviously I'm watching a manager with a vision here in Frank Lampard. And we're half an hour gone. Both teams looking to pass out from the back. Both teams tenacious. Both teams, everybody's good on the ball, really. Enjoyable game of football, you know, and I think you can get 0-0s that are enjoyable. Rakesh Rahu has asked a question I would like you lot to answer in the live comments as well. He's saying, where do you think Ajax would finish in the Premier League? I have a very distinctive idea, but I'll wait for you lot to get in the live comments and sort of have your say. I'm just having a look at the weekend fixtures. I normally try and do a Premier League watch along as well. The Saturday 3 o'clock games are shit, so I'm not going to do a Saturday 3 o'clock because it's Brighton, Everton, Watford, Bournemouth, West Ham, Sheffield United and Burnley. Chelsea's 5:30. Man City, Villa is the 12:30. I don't think I'll do one this weekend because United is on at 4:30 on Sunday, as is Liverpool and Spurs, so I can't do both. Newcastle Wolves at 2, forget it. Man City Villa at lunchtime Saturday, boring. Burnley Chelsea 5:30 Saturday. I think there's slim pickings there. Slim pickings this week. There's a Friday night game, Southampton Leicester. Yeah, there's not much good. There's not much good. Anyway, people talking about where Ajax would finish in the Premier League. Here they are on the attack at the moment with Promise again. And Chelsea clear it. Chelsea defensively quite good as well, you know, to be fair. Still with Ajax. And Chelsea not really doing much on the attack in the last 10 minutes or so. There's a lot of different opinions here. AB says Ajax had finished 4th. 4th to 6th says Malik Hadadan. 5th says Deblee Snores. Marcus Yu says 7th. Rusty Caveman says 19th. HRGG says 6th. Challenge for top 4 says Josh K. 7th says Ajishi. I would actually go 6th. I think Ajax would finish 6th in the Premier League because you've got to remember that they would not be. I mean, you'd have to give them some chemistry points and some, you know, speed and fitness boosts. If they were as fit and as quick as the rest of the Premier League teams, I think they could push for 4th. I think as they are playing in the Premier League, playing 38 games, would be a big step up for them compared to the Dutch league, where, you know, they're only playing probably 2 or 3 teams that are decent. So I would say Ajax would probably finish 6th because they'd be around the sort of Leicester City area, I think. Because I think Chelsea will turn them over at Stamford Bridge. Oh, definitely above United, Liam helps, but then that's not hard, is it? Max Claydon, will there be watch-alongs for every game of Euro 2020? Well, we did every game of the World Cup, didn't we? And I really enjoyed it. So I've not made my mind up about Euro 2020 yet, but I think we certainly will be doing a lot of the watch-alongs on here, yeah, because it was good. I enjoyed it last year. It was last year, wasn't it, the World Cup? Yeah. What I really liked about the World Cup was it the 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock kickoff, something like that? Foul on Alonso there. It was a foul as well. It was a foul. Nadal or Federer, says Xavi. Definitely Federer for me. I like Nadal, but Federer, I just love Federer. Natasha Leggy says, why is Ollie criticised for not being experienced, but Lampard is not, even though he has been a manager for a less time? I can answer that one very easily for you, Natasha. Lampard's not getting criticised because he's doing his job well. Ollie's getting criticised because he's not. There's always a risk. If you appoint somebody who's got no experience, if they start to fail, people will say they're not up to the job. Lampard's not giving anybody any reason to say he's not up to the job because he clearly is. So that's why Lampard's not getting any criticism. I think at the end of the day, Lampard did do quite well at Derby for a year as well. But yeah, he's got to. Ollie's got to do better if he doesn't want to get criticised. Goal! Promise! I think it's a goal. Why do they take ages to... Yeah, they're celebrating, so it's obviously a goal. Ziyech cuts in from the right-hand side. He smashes it. It deflects across the face of the goal, and Promise is there to tap it in. He won't be offside. I would be stunned if he's offside because the ball travels so far from his shot. Cracking goal. Cracking shot from Ziyech. Linesman's kept his flag down. He's breathing a bit heavy. VAR will definitely look at it. Here he is, Ziyech, attacking the side of the penalty box, shoots in towards the goal. If that's offside, we're having a laugh. Can your hand be offside? Still a good finish by Ziyech. By Promise. It comes off the back of Tomori, I think it is, as the cross comes in, or the shot comes in. VAR will probably look at it. Of course it does. Every bloody goal. This is why I hate VAR. Every bloody goal has to be checked. Offside. How the bloody hell is that offside? For fuck's sake. They're not even showing it as well. Here we go. His foot's offside, to be fair. Oh, I tell you what, it was offside. It was offside. But I still think it's ruining football because it's like, it's so... But you know what? I've heard Gary Neville said it and he's right. You can't moan about an offside that actually is an inch offside. It's offside, isn't it? His hand and his foot were slightly off. I'm not. It's offside. That's what VAR is there to do. I never wanted it. Good point there from Callum Crossan though. Does it not make any impact that it hit the Chelsea player? I don't think so unless they pass it. I don't think so. And Philip Thomas puts it well. He says, if he's off, but VAR is ruining football. So it remains 0-0. What am I holding? It's green, so you can't really see it, but it's I use it quite a lot because I work on computers a lot. So it's a resistance thing for your wrists. If anyone's ever seen The Office, I'm orienteering this weekend, but it's green, so it's quite good what it does to my hand. But yeah, it's a resistance thing, so you can mess around with it, and basically it's like having a weight, isn't it, between for your fingers. Stops you get, if you use a lot of computers, I would advise you get one, because it's basically building your muscles up in your fingers and stuff, so you don't get tendonitis and shit like that, or from tossing yourself off, I suppose. Not that I need to do that anymore. I haven't been doing that since I was 12. Get someone to do it for you. They will probably win the match, I think, says Hassan. No Pogba for Norwich, says Ahmed back here. No, I didn't expect him anyway. I think Pogba's probably not going to be back until Bournemouth, is he? They did say end of the month, so... Alvin Vlox is happy. He's buzzing. And Ajax are coming forward again. They've certainly been the better sort of side. Promes is in again. Good tackle that time. Aspilicueta's giving himself a fist pump for doing a tackle there. He did a slide tackle and then he got up and went, yes. What a prat. It's not FIFA 20, mate. You don't need to celebrate a tackle. Here's Oddy into the attack. Ooh, cut back and didn't quite make it to Tammy Abraham, who's doing a bit of a Lukaku there, saying you should have been passing it ahead of me. 40 minutes gone. Still 0-0. Hi, Mark, how are you? Says LT7. I'm alright, I'm alright. If you could take 3 players from Chelsea and swap them for United players, who would you choose? Says no one. I would take from Chelsea no one. I will take Mason Mount. I will take N'Golo Kante, and I will take that'd be 2 midfielders, so that'd be all right. And who else would I take? Have you got any good wingers? I might take Oddy, to be honest. Yeah, because he plays off he can play off the right, can't he? So yeah. Ryan Giggs' event is on Friday, Chief Leaf Gamer. Yeah, there's still tickets if people want to go. Mark, you looking forward to meeting Giggs? Yeah, it should be good. Should be good. I don't get starstruck. I just don't do that. I've never been like that. Corner for Ajax here. Beatsbox Dre Beat says leave means leave. I think you know what he's on about. Chelsea clear the corner. If you could get any celebrity on the United stand like you tried to with Rio, who would you get? Got to be alive. Any celebrity. I think. I don't know. I mean, it's like people I would like to meet are people probably like De Niro, Pacino, DiCaprio. They don't have to have an Italian surname. But whether they'd be a good conversationist on the United stand, probably not. So I'd probably just like someone with a bit of charisma, really, who likes football. Oh, Chelsea on the break here with Mason Mount, who's had to come backwards to go forwards because he hasn't got the pace. Quite quick Mount, isn't he? Spin, Kovacic. Oh, Joe, it's getting political now. Joe Tomlin saying, really? Did British people really vote to leave without a deal? I don't think so. Let's not do the politics. It's not been a goal. I told you so many times, I'm basically nearly live second for second. So don't listen to people fake scoring it. When I say it's a goal, it's a goal. I would never do I'm a Celebrity, John Bradley. But here's Chelsea on the attack. Azpilicueta, what is he doing there? Gets it in a very good position on the right-hand side. Goes into the penalty box. He's got to cross it. He goes for glory. He shoots wide. So Ajax have had a goal chalked out for offside. Minimal. It's his arm that's offside. Ridiculous. But that is the rule. Shout out, it's me birthday, says Archie Laws. Happy birthday. Shubik says that his wife's got a crush on me. She's only human. Thoughts on Daley Blind, says Creative Account. I never really had a problem with United getting rid of Daley Blind. Because I never saw where Daley Blind was going to fit in for United other than on the bench. He does a good job for Ajax, but 75% of his season is spent playing shit teams. And United, the way we defend, you're going to need quick centre-backs, and he's not particularly quick and he's not particularly big. So I never saw Daley Blind as playing as a centre-back for United. I think he would have been a brilliant left-back, but he was a yard too slow. And I don't think he's a lot of people say, we should have played him in the midfield. And again, I don't think he's a midfielder. So I don't really have a problem. I'd like to have kept Daley Blind as a squad player, but he wanted to play first team, and he's been proven. He plays every game for Ajax. So I don't really agree with the people who say, we shouldn't have sold Daley Blind. I think, was he ever going to be a first teamer? DiCaprio is a jet-setting, globing, warming alarmist, says Gold Peace Prosperity. He's a bloody good actor as well. I don't think he's done a film I don't like. I don't think there's a film that DiCaprio's done that I don't like. And he's done lots of films. Ajax on the attack again. Can they get one before half-time? They're going to shoot from distance and waste. I think it was Ziyech again. He's gone shot crazy. He's trying to put himself in the shop window with shots. Thanks, LCT. A-Lister says, will you ask Giggs why Ollie's football's crap? I'd probably say if I want him to answer any other questions, I might need to rephrase that. But I will try and get that sort of question in a different sort of way. So we're nearly at half-time. I hope you've got some good half-time topics. I would say Ajax have been slightly the better team, but for an away performance, I think Chelsea would be quite happy as well. Oh, good. I'm logged into the account now. I can finally start fucking off some knobheads in the comments. Boring the shit out of me all half. As if I'm ever going to shout you out. Yeah, you can go as well. You just say in the same comment as well. I'm not even going to shout your name out as I get rid of you. Boring the shit out of me all half. I'll tell you what, I'm tempted to tell you what they've been saying, but there's just no point because then they get what they want. The same comment every 10 minutes, constantly in there, and I'm never reading it out. We're at half-time. Stop, reset. So, yeah, good half. I think Margot Robbie has asked to come on, Brozan, but I've said I'm married, you're not coming on, forget about it, you blonde troublemaker. Are you going to buy Call of Duty? Says Smash 3. I'd like to, but I'm shit. I'm really crap, so probably not. Very good, that right back, Ajax Dest. He is. He's very fast and he's got some skills, Angelo Da Costa. Very, very good player. Do you think Ziyech is Ajax's best player? Says Sammy Sherat. I think that I like Van der Beek. I like Ziyech. I like Promise. I like Blind. I like Dest. I think they've got some good players. Tadic is good as well. But that's it. From Chelsea's point of view, I would think if I was Lampard, which I'm not, I would say at half-time, you started off well, first 15 minutes, but you've sort of let it go in that last half an hour, and Ajax are the better team. So you need to step it up in the second half. Get hold of the ball, start moving it around quicker, because at the moment they want it more, they're quicker to the ball and their passing tempo is better. So Chelsea sort of drifting in that last half an hour, but they started off well in the first 15. They did. Another one gone. Are you doing Inter Dortmund? Please say yes, Rohin Goel. I would love to say yes, but I'm doing the United stand at 8 o'clock, so it will be a big, fat no, I'm afraid. I'm sorry. It's just the way things go. You can't do everything. I'm not doing back-to-back Champions League games. Right, let me come back to you. Reece Gregory, Mark, what's your opinion on the Extinction Rebellion protesters in London mating with cabbages near Trafalgar Square? Got no idea about that, Reece Gregory. I've not really researched the climate rebellion people, other than I saw one of them on Question Time a couple of weeks ago, and he basically said we need to stop using everything, phones, TV, the lot. And I said to myself, look, that's never going to happen. So, you know, you need to start at a level that's achievable, like, you know, people not using their cars on a Monday. It's something like that. But you can't just say we've got to stop using everything, otherwise the planet's going to die. Unfortunately, the planet's going to die. And I would say the people who've let it go that far are to blame. So, yeah, Extinction Rebellion, I'm sorry, your message is not going to work, because people are... You can't go back to the Stone Age when technology has been a massive part of the last 20 years, I'm afraid. So if it's true what they're on about, we're fucked. And if it's something that needs to be done, then we need to do it. But yeah, but not to that extreme. Do I like Chelsea as a club, says Usain Blake? I'm more warming to them at the moment than I probably did a year ago. I like what they're doing with their youth. I like what they're doing with Lampard and the way they're playing football. I think they are easier on the eye than they've ever been. Who is winning the Europa League, Mark, says Janelle Bornbach. I would say that you've got to say that the English clubs in the Europa League have got a big chance. I mean, even Arsenal have got a chance. They got to the final last year, and they may well be banter Arsenal, but if you look at European football, the English Premier League is still one of the big hitters, if not the biggest hitter. And I look at the Champions League like this, and I think, well, what teams in Europe are going to knock Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Spurs out? And I think at the end of the day, you know, you look at Barcelona, you look at Real Madrid, both quite inconsistent. You look at Juventus, I don't think Juventus have got the quality to knock out a Man City. PSG, very inconsistent. So I think that the Champions League could be like the Europa League, the Europa League could be like the Champions League, whereby the favourites are probably going to be the English clubs. Are you doing any watch-alongs for the Olympic football next year, says Joel Morris? When is it? What time of year? Martin DePie says, do you think Lampard would manage England? I think he's probably the sort of old school person who would actually quite like to do it, but I would advise against it. I don't think the England job's... Club football's better, isn't it? Even if you're doing it on FIFA 20, it's just boring. Hazard's not done great for Real Madrid, I agree, Cohen Drever. I always thought he was... I always thought that Lampard was a little... No, not Lampard. Hazard was a bit overrated anyway, but I used to get a lot of hate for that. Three Arsenal players you would take at United, SS93. I'd go straight into your midfield. I would take Guendouzi, because I think he's better than anything we've got. I would take Aubameyang, because I like Aubameyang. And... I mean, Ceballos isn't yours, is he? So, I don't know. I quite like the look of that Saka, to be honest. I do, yeah. Quite like the look of him. Who do you want next coach at United if given choice between Zidane and Pochettino? Says Chirag72. I don't want either of those, I don't think, to be honest. I don't actually know who I want because I know we're not sacking Ollie. I think we could be bottom of the league and they'd still wouldn't sack him, so... VAR on that goal, I think it's a little bit harsh, to be honest. I do, but there you go. Just having a quick look. Pogba's confirms that he won't. Well, Ollie's confirmed that Pogba will not be available versus Norwich. That's not mind games. He actually does give his team news out 3 or 4 days earlier. Yes. Pepe, we don't have a right winger, says JT. Yeah, I sort of... I mean, look, I don't have a problem with Pepe. I actually said that I wouldn't mind United signing Pepe, and I don't think he'll necessarily be a flop. I just don't know whether he's going to be this great player Arsenal think he's going to be. I mean, he's going to score goals at some point, isn't he? Arsenal, great chances he'll score a goal at some point. But, yeah, would I take Pepe? I don't know. I mean, he would be a consideration. I've just completely forgotten about him, which just shows you what sort of a season he's having. Please do subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner, we're trying to hit 96,500 today. The number goes up every 100 now. We're getting closer and closer to 100,000 subscribers, which would be great. So if you have subscribed, please do share the video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe bottom right hand corner. Chelsea need to take inspiration from your heroics on FIFA earlier, says Jack. I did well on FIFA today. You need to check out episode 2 of FIFA Career Mode. Episode 1 wasn't that good. I can't remember what happened. I beat Chelsea, got smashed by Wolves. I think I lost to Southampton and drew with Palace. So I was 1 point behind Ollie, which is pretty shit after 4 games. But second episode goes a bit better. United should do with Pogba what Liverpool did with Coutinho, says John Bradley. What did they do with Coutinho? They sold him, didn't they? Dylan Hanafi says he's having a poo. Hey, you can do that. That's technology for you. Extinction Rebellion, they'd have you wiping your ass with a stone. Because to make toilet paper, you've got to use electricity. So you know you can use your phone while you're having a crap at the moment. Do you have a premium Snapchat? Says Chase Hunter. I don't use Snapchat. I don't use it. People are asking. I've been asked actually to do TikTok. Do you think TikTok works for United Stand? Goldbridge, is that worth doing? I don't know. It seems to be the big thing at the moment, but I don't know a lot about it. I know it's popular with the Ute. If United played like against Liverpool but just not that defensive, sort of talking to yourself, that comment, wasn't it? Graham Jones, are you going to be asking Giggs some tough questions? Look, I'm not going out there to ridicule a United legend. I'd like to try and get him to answer some interesting questions. We'll see. I'll certainly be putting them to him if I can. Don't do TikTok. Loads of people say no. Good. Okay. Do you like Money Heist on Netflix? Says Brozan. I haven't watched it yet. I'm Criminal Mind UK. Has anyone watched that on Netflix? It's only 4 episodes and they're basically interviewing people. I really like it because that's what I used to do as a job. So it's very, very good and it's very realistic. I think it's called Criminal Mind UK. I've got so much to watch at the moment, like the Bake Off and The Only Way is Essex and Chelsea. I tell you what, I really do like at the moment. I would recommend it. It's not cool because it's not on Netflix. It's not on Amazon Prime. It's not even on Now TV. It's on BBC. It's called Dublin Murders. It's very good. Very, very good. She was only 17 years old, says Dylan Hanafi. There you go. Bit of Michael Caine. My name is Michael Caine. You can stick it out loudly. I don't care where you stick it. I can't do it. I can't do Michael Caine. My name is Michael Caine. Rubbish. Absolutely. She was only supposed to blow the bloody doors off. I will not bury another Batman. I will not bury another Batman. I will not. Master Wayne, I will not bury another Batman. I've lost it. I've lost the plot. Afterlife Season 2's coming soon, says Jamie, but when is it coming out? Also, The Mandalorian is coming out next month if you like the Star Wars stuff. I must admit I'm not enamoured by the latest Star Wars preview. Do you play FIFA Mobile, says Ahmed Habib. No, I've never done this. I don't know. I don't watch The Apprentice, no. Hi Mark, ever considered taking flying lessons, Callum? Funnily enough, no. Do you think Man City will ever be as bad as Manchester United are now, says Omar? Well, they were a lot worse for a long time. So there you go. It's only... I wouldn't have thought Man City will let that happen because their owners just want to be successful and they'll spend money to be successful. So I think Man City will continue to be successful. It's... yeah. Disney destroyed Star Wars, says Rems04. To be honest though, on Star Wars, I did like Rogue One. I thought that was really good. I did like The Force Awakens. I thought that was good. I thought the first two, this is great. I didn't like The Last Jedi. I didn't like the Han Solo film. So, yeah. Ben, why do you only wear Lyle and Scott? Because I want them to sponsor me. No, I just like the emblem and I like the clothing a lot of the time, and you get attracted to the same sort of stuff. But I do like Hugo Boss. Do pro clubs with the rest of United stand lads or fans, says LCT. It's something I always mean to do, but I never get round to doing. Hi, Bar. It's like wiping my arse. Hi, boss. I'm joking. How are you today? Says Woo Me. Just in from work. I hear disallowed goal VAR again. Regards, Exposure. Have you thought of Twitch for your gaming? I haven't thought about Twitch because I know YouTube very, very well, and I just think why go on to Twitch when you know I stream on YouTube. I know what I'm doing when I'm doing my gaming stuff, so why would I do it on Twitch? Because I can't do it simultaneously, I don't think. I know what you're saying, Blake. With Power on Netflix, I started watching it and lost interest. Team of the 80s on BT Sport Films tonight at 11:45 p.m. That looks good. That looks good. Have you got any good Netflix series that you would recommend, says Natasha Leggy? Yes, Breaking Bad. Ozark, very good. Ozark is one of my favourites. I was hoping that was going to come out before Christmas. The Last Kingdom's very good as well. So there you go, you've got 3. Score predictions for the tomorrow's game, says Dylan. For Manchester United against Partizan, I can't remember what I said. I think I said a score draw. on the preview. It's on the United stand now. Have you ever watched Friday Night Dinner? Says Kieran Lekir. I watched one episode. I thought it was okay and I've never revisited it. Maybe I should. How much would Sterling cost if someone like Real Madrid went in for him, says Jordan Such. Money Heist is a must. Sons of Anarchy also, says Who Me. Yes, I've heard things. Heard good things about those. Sterling would be 100 million minimum, wouldn't he? Because I think he's still only in his mid-20s. And Pranav Prasad says, what do you make of Fabinho or Oxlade-Chamberlain Keita midfield starting tonight for Liverpool? I think Liverpool are very lucky. That they've got 2 midfields. Because Fabinho, Oxlade and Keita is a very good midfield that would probably get you top 4. But on the other hand, Wijnaldum, Henderson and Milner would also probably get you top 4. And it's a different midfield 3 at the same club. And that's what Liverpool have. Do you think Jose will go to Dortmund? I think it'd be a terrible fit for Dortmund. An absolutely terrible fit. But the second half is about to kick off. And once it's kicked off, I'll start the timer for you. Are you ready? I'm about to do it right now. Tammy Abraham's kicked it off and we're off. And the timer's working as well. Well, that's lovely to know. Mark is a magician, says Tony Stark. What's your favourite sandwich? I've done this before, Oliver Johnson. I'm going to bore somebody, but it's called the Triple Decker. You get it from O'Brien's in Ireland. O'Brien's used to be in Birmingham, but they shut down. but it's still available in Ireland. Get it while you can. They'll be shut now. They shut at 6. But it's basically a triple decker. I used to have it on brown bread buttered with chicken mayo, lettuce, onion, break with a piece of toast. Then top layer, bacon, coleslaw, tomato. Finish it with the top bread. Cut it in half. Triple decker. Magnificent. Magnificent. How has Chelsea played? You're still impressed with their youth and how they're playing. How has Ajax impressed you? Both youth and classic skill, right? Says who, me? Yeah, I think Ajax I thought Chelsea in the first 15 minutes were good. Ajax have taken control in the last half an hour of the first half. It'd be interesting to see what Lampard gets them doing. I think Chelsea have defended well there. The goal was offside, a little bit fortuitous with the way the cross went in. The shot hit the back of the Chelsea player anyway. So I'd say Ajax have shaded it, but the score's not too bad. Alonso's made a mistake here. That'll be a corner. Turkish Donna, says Illa United. I'm gonna Google it. Actually, I'll do it on my phone because then I don't have to go off the live comments. Ajax will win, says United Rules. Let's have a look at this. Intrigue. Cross comes in, goes for another corner. Turkish Donna kebab. Looks good. I was only thinking about kebab meat and chips today. What's your favourite battle, says Zed Jamie. For me, I've always liked the Battle of Hastings and the Battle of Hoth and the Battle of Helm's Deep. They're my top 3. And they all begin with H. That'll be a yellow card. Willian by Tadic. Keep your eyes on Edson Alvarez, Mark, says Vanus10. I will. This will be a draw, says Carlos. Do you watch 442, says the new Caton 2009. I do quite like it, but I don't really watch it much because I just don't have time to watch stuff. But that Tadic foul was a bit tasty. He did put his arm into his face. Who is the best right-sided centre-back in the Prem? Says somebody called Mocha. I would say the best right-sided centre-back in the Premier League on his day, when he's fit. You know what I'm going to say? It's Mr. Pink Boots. It's Phil Jones. I'll never say that. Best-sided right-back in the centre-back position. Van Dijk is left-sided, isn't he? So it's not Van Dijk. I think Laporte is left-sided as well. Maguire is left-sided as well. So I'm open to debate on that. Best right-sided centre-back in the Prem. It's a good one. It's a good question. I think there's potential players there. I mean, I quite like Joe Gomez. I'm not a big fan of Matip. Somebody just said Matip. I'm not a big fan of Matip. I mean, Chelsea, Man City, no. Liverpool, obviously we've done them. Arsenal, forget about it. I mean, look, Johnny Evans ain't bad, is he? Johnny Evans ain't bad. He does a good job, but I couldn't put Johnny Evans seriously in there. Whoever plays there for Chelsea is not bad. Zuma or Tomori. I don't know which one plays which side, to be fair. I haven't been watching enough. I think it might be Tomori. Aki's good at Bournemouth. He's a good shout. Charles Murphy. I've got him in my FIFA team. He's very fast. He's benching Bailly at the moment. Chelsea doing a little bit better this half. Anyway, Alonso's coming forward now. He should have whipped it in there because they've got pace to burn down the right-hand side, Ajax, with Dest and Mount. Ooh, I thought he was going to do what I did on FIFA this afternoon with Pogba there. Curl it in the top corner from the edge of the box. He didn't. Kovacic. Willian. Kovacic. No, he's got to run back to get it because Willian... Why does Willian get picked for Chelsea, by the way? He's not very good. Mark, do you have any idea of coaching a youth team? Says Tony Stark. I've done a bit of coaching. Yeah. Alderweireld, I think he's on the way out. Alderweireld, to be honest. I mean, I thought Alderweireld had a bad season last year, and I think he's even having a worse one this year. They've got an overlap, Chelsea. Alonso into Mount. Ooh, corner. Vertonghen would be left-sided, Willie, because he's got a left foot, and he's got a right one as well, but he's left-footed. That's what I meant. Farhed Akmal says Lampard or Ollie. If I asked the live comments who's the better manager, Lampard or Ollie, it's going to get absolutely flooded with L's for Lampard. Oh, that was another corner. Chelsea very good at corners, you know. They've got a lot of good people in the air and their delivery's good as well. Do you like Jaffa cakes, says Dan11. It's funny, I was thinking about this the other day. What's my top 3 biscuits? And I'd love people to get involved in this during the second half, but Jaffa cakes would not be in there. I'd eat them if I was hungry. I don't hate them, but they're not my favourite. I think the king of biscuits is hobnobs. And I think normal hobnobs are better than chocolate, which isn't normally the same thing, because chocolate digestive. But I think the king of biscuits is hobnobs for dunkability. If you've got a cup of tea and you dunk a hobnob in it, it will soak up half your cup of tea and say, up yours, I'm not going to break. Whereas malted milks, I like those, but you put them in a cup of tea and you've got to be fast. A second and a half and it's broken, and a broken biscuit in your tea ruins your tea. So yeah, you've got to be careful with that. But I'm open to other offers. Custard creams are Poundland biscuits. There's certain biscuits that I think they don't even deserve to be in the argument, like those chocolate bourbon things. They're okay, but they're Poundland biscuits, let's be honest. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! Good bit of defending by Chelsea there. Ginger biscuits are nice. They get a little bit much. Abraham's on the break here. He needs a pass. It was a good pass. He did well. I think it even shocked Oddy, but Ajax have got it back, but not anymore. It's Alonso. It's a nice little ball to Willian in the box, who cushion headers it into Mason Mount, who gives it back to Willian, who's standing still and then passes backwards. Good bit of possession for Chelsea, this. Kovacic out wide to Oddy. Not Bill. That would be terrible. He's well into his 70s. And Ajax have it back, and they're just passing out from their back like the arrogant, brilliant team that they are on the ball, and always have been. It's part of their setup. Fig rolls are good, Lee. They are good. Chocolate malted milk are nice, Stuart O. And I don't think in the biscuit debate you can start talking about, Tesco's finest with hazelnut and cranberry, because those biscuits are, you're talking about £3 for 6 biscuits. We've got to be diverse in here and say that the packet of biscuits cannot be any more than £1.50. Otherwise, you're not a biscuit. I tell you what I like. I've just thought of another biscuit I like. They're shortcake biscuits with bits of raisin in and sugar. I forget what they're called. They're gorgeous. Absolutely brilliant in tea as well. Oh, they're so nice. Do you like Vimto, says Dan11. I like the fizzy drink and the cordial. Rich tea and a cup of coffee I like, says Dylan Wright. Trouble with rich tea is they're boring. Rich tea to me are the Jose Mourinho biscuits. They're effective. They're always going to be there, and you wouldn't be ashamed to get them out in a conversation about biscuits. But they're just a bit boring, and I don't think chocolate rich tea work either. I just don't think they do. Badger says, "What's possession like?" I will check it on the OneFootball app for you, and I will get it up now. Oh no, I've clicked the wrong app. Don't bloody talk about that app. Filth. Matches. It's 1-1 with Leipzig and Zenit, and Timo Werner has been voted the best player in that game, probably just because he's popular. because that's what happens on one-football. 55% possession to Ajax and 45% possession for Chelsea. Passes will be interesting. 3-2-3 to Ajax, 2-6-5 to Chelsea. So Chelsea have hung in there, to be fair. They've hung in there. Jamie Dodgers are good. I tell you what, Rio Mia, with a late entry there, you've smashed it, mate. Jammy Dodgers by the people who make Jammy Dodgers, not Tesco. The ones that are the sticky stuff in the middle. You dink that in a biscuit, you're happy. You're going to be happy. Dink a proper Jammy Dodger in a nice hot cup of tea. You're going to be happy when you eat it. Lovely stuff. Very good. Well done. I'll tell you what biscuits I hate. Those pink wafers. It's got nothing to do with sexual orientation. I just don't like them. Mark, if I ever win the lottery, we'll buy United and make you manager, says LCT. I'd look forward to that. Chelsea doing a lot better this half. And foul, Tammy Abraham. Bit of foul there. Party rings, not for me, Callum. They're a bit childish. Oreo cookies. Oh, we've got a perfectionist. We've got a perfectionist in the live comments. And he says, Mark, it says Premier League on the score thing. Kieran Fraser. Oh, God. Stop the show. Hey, we're getting close to... I'm surprised we might do this target today. So please do subscribe if you're new. Bottom right-hand corner. I said 96,500 would be good to come out with. Drawty's just sent me a message saying, is Pogba faking his injuries? It's taking far too long to heal. Ooh. I forgot what I was meant to be looking at then. Oh, I know. We're on 96,427 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. Bottom right-hand corner. Also, remember episode 2 of FIFA Career Mode went up today at lunchtime, so give it a watch. And if you have subscribed, please just share it. And the Ajax are on the attack again with Ziyech. Plays it into Promis, into Van der Beek. I think it's Tadic now into the box. Tries to get a shot away, blocked. Good play by Ajax there, well done. Who Me says, Werner is the most popular on the app, but so bad today he got subbed off at half-time. Main striker and at the time 1-0 down. Wow, makes sense. Yeah, that one football app, when it comes to voting for your man of the match, basically exposes the fanboy community or fangirl community who vote for their favourite player and don't watch the fucking match. Because I've seen that a couple of times on there, where the most... Oh, he's at the post! And I think it was Alvarez who somebody said you need to keep your eye on. Front post, header. And he heads it against the far post. That should have been 1-0 to Ajax. But it's not. Favourite album of the decade, says Brad Hughes. It would have to be the best of Coldplay. Mark, what is your favourite pint, says LCT. Good shot, good save. And I think that was Daley Blind off his right foot that time. Edge of the box, hit it low. Kepa got on top of it. Chaos Collusion says, Mark, I love all your channels, especially United Stand. Flex and Rants has to be my favourite show. Well, that's a kick in the teeth. Mark, I love all your channels, and I especially love United Stand, where Flex and Rants is my favourite show. Like, you made me feel good, and then you've kicked me in the nuts by saying that... Oh, just forget it. It is a good show, though. I would say mine are better, but, you know, there you go. If you could sign any player for free, who would you sign? Says Unheard Gult 13. You know what? I'd sign Messi, and that's not because I think he's better than Ronaldo. I've had Ronaldo at United. He was very good. I would love to see the Messi in the Premier League, and Messi is arguably the best player in the world. So I would love to see Messi at Manchester United. As an experiment, I just love to see it. Eggy's late. Eggy1405 says, I'm late. What's been happening? Good game. I think Ajax should be 1-0 up, but it's been a For a 0-0, I've actually enjoyed it. I think this sort of a game is the sort of game that exposes people who don't really know much about football, because the people who are saying it's boring. Lovely little ball to Promise. I think he's going to be offside. That's where it's stupid. The linesman waits 5 seconds to give it offside. Just give it offside. If you know it's offside, just give it offside. And it was. Guinness, says Zed Jamie. My favourite drink. I'm a seasonal drinker. I'll be having a glass of red tonight, but I'm a seasonal drinker. Yeah. I can't do a Jose impression, Alex Clark. I don't think I've ever tried. Michelle Vella, want to go for a pint, Mark? Come on, let's go. Buy Messi on career mode, says Dan11. Yeah, I could do that. It's unrealistic then, though, isn't it? I think the one thing I would say about my Manchester United career mode is, and I was reading some of the comments, and I think a lot of people are right, is the reason I'm finding Ultimate Team easier is because the players I've got are better. And I haven't got a great Ultimate Team, but I think they're better than a lot of the United players, so that's why it's harder. And also, career mode, it's just different to Ultimate Team, isn't it? When you play somebody on Ultimate Team, you're playing another human being who is probably a little bit more looser in the way that they play, whereas the career mode, the computer, the AI, I mean, I played West Ham and got a 0-0 draw. They just sat back the whole game. It was boring. But it's probably quite realistic. Mark and the chat, top 3 players in your lifetime, says Humi. Mine are Ronaldinho, Zidane and Messi. Any team, country or position. So the top 3 players in your lifetime. Get going in the live comments. Ishan Sapkota says Arflex and Rance Brothers. That's racist. And Zenit losing, says JT Music. And Tammy Abraham or Rashi, says Robert Alvarez. Well, you'd have to say Tammy Abraham, wouldn't you? You can't say anything else. Top 3 players of my lifetime. Ronaldo, definitely. Maradona. I was just old enough to remember Maradona. I think Maradona's the best of my lifetime, actually. So, yeah, I think I'd have to go Maradona, Messi and Ronaldo. Yeah. Very easy for me. Not the fat Ronaldo. Cristiano. Ziyech. Kepa's got it. So, still 25 minutes to go in this game. Flame Play says Ronaldo, Messi and Kante. He's having a laugh. You can't be old enough to say Kante and then not say someone like Steven Gerrard or a Paul Scholes. They're better than Kante. I Am Jonesy says Zidane, Messi and Ronaldo 9. Interesting. Graham Jones, there's always a joker. He says Phil Jones, Chris Smalling and Marcus Rashford. I don't think many people would argue with that. Somebody put Drogba. Vidic or Rio, says Declan Plays. I've always said I'll go for Vidic. I just think depends what you want in a centre-back. I mean, Rio was faster and better on the ball and better at reading the game, but Vidic won absolutely everything in the air. There's a couple of incidents here. Tammy Abraham. Martinez has just been booked by Ajax for catching Aspilicueta in the face. It's not actually Aspilicueta. It's I think it might be Kovacic. No, it's Jorginho. Yeah, but going back to the Rio Ferdinand or the Vidic thing, Vidic won everything in the air. Vidic was a better man marker. Vidic was a better tackler. I think I would rather have somebody like that than Rio, who was better at reading the game, quicker and better on the ball. A centre-back for me, first job is to defend. I think as a centre-back pairing, they were perfect. They're the best centre-back pairing of the Premier League era because you've got the best defender centre-back the Premier League's ever had and you've got the best balling centre-back you've ever had. And I think Van Dijk is a bit like a combination of the two. But as a centre-back pairing, they were superb. But Vidic probably doesn't get the appreciation he does, much the same as John Terry probably doesn't, because John Terry was a very, very good centre-back, and I would put him in the conversation as being as one of the 5 top centre-backs in the Premier League history. Definitely. And I know he's a bit of a knobhead, but as a centre-back, John Terry would be in that conversation. A proper defender, like Vidic. And people who say Tony Adams was good, but he wasn't on the level of Terry and Vidic. Vidic or Van Dijk, says Natasha Legg. I think with Van Dijk, I really do rate Van Dijk, and I think Van Dijk should win the Player of the Year award, whatever it is. I think he should win that, and I definitely think he's in there. But I do feel with Van Dijk, he's just got to do 2 more years of this, which I think he will do, and then he gets into all those conversations. But at the moment, I just think he's in the conversation, but probably needs to do it for 2 more years, and probably needs to win a Premier League title as well. Create United stand for 1 player that we own, says Rare Videos. Create? I don't know how that works. I don't know what you mean. Can only take 1 for Manchester United, Ndidi or Maddison, says Declan Plays. For me, 100% Ndidi. I like Maddison, but I don't know what everyone's on about saying he's this great player. I think he looks good, but is he scoring goals every week? Is he getting assists every week? He's a talented lad, but is he a £100 million player? No. I think he's a good player and I'd like him at United, but I wouldn't want to pay 70-80 million for him. Nihal Rawa Chapiala says, Mark, why do people say we lack striking options but Leicester are better than us? Would you take Vardy over Rashford, Martial right now? No, I wouldn't take Vardy over Martial. I'd have the conversation about Rashford, and in fact, why would I have a conversation? Yes, I would. Yes, I would take him over Rashford, definitely. So we've got about 25 minutes to go in this game. It's still 0-0. I think very equal teams playing a very good game, cancelling each other out is the 2 sentences I would use if somebody asked for 2 sentences. I mean, who asks for 2 sentences? But enjoyable, without question. And I still think we're going to get a goal. I still think there'll be a goal. I know some of you are being a bit negative, saying there won't be a goal. I think that there will. And Chelsea have been better this half. I thought that the way that Ajax ended the half, they were the better team. But Chelsea have been a little bit more competitive this half. And you would expect both of these teams to come through this group, wouldn't you? I don't think there's anybody else in the group that's going to cause them many problems. But, as we've seen in the Champions League past, if you can finish top of your group, then it can make a big difference in who you're going to play in the knockout stage. Because, let's be honest, if Chelsea finished second, they could end up playing a PSG or somebody like that. Whereas if you finish first, you could end up playing an Atalanta or someone like that. So, yeah, it's easy. Take out City and Liverpool, who would win the Premier League next, says Jordan Such. I think that's a very, very good question. And I don't think there's anybody worthy. If you take those... I think, look, City and Liverpool deserve every praise and title that they win because they're the best 2 teams. But if you were taking those 2 out, who would win the league? It just I'd probably say Chelsea. Who is the most overrated player in the Premier League? Says Jaban Games. Pukki. He's well overrated. Everyone's bought him on FIFA. Everyone thinks he's brilliant. He's done sod all for a month. Let's create a United Stand fund for a player that we own for our club. If he didn't work out, then money comes back to our fund for next player, says Rare Videos. But how is this real life? You can't do that. That's why I was confused in the first place. Sorry about this. I'm just setting up the 8 o'clock stream while I'm live doing this, which is a bit silly. Subs galore at the moment. 20 minutes to go. We're talking about Timo Werner on the United stand at 8 o'clock, actually, which is a player I would really, really be interested in Manchester United bringing in. I really would. So, but lots to talk about as usual. Settings. So, great. Chelsea on the attack at the moment, actually. Daily Blind reads it. Alonso. That was a foul by Alonso on the Ajax player. He's not giving it. The ref's been a little bit shit, to be fair. Chelsea coming into it, though. Will the fitness of the Premier League club come to pass? Ends up in the keeper's arms there. It's a good name for a pub, Keeper's Arms. Right. Tomorrow, Partizan and Man United will cancel each other out, says Abhinav Ray. And I like Timo Werner. He's decent, says Haunted Radio. I agree with you. I agree with you. Matic or Fred, says Yusuf Mayo. Oh, God. It's like asking me whether I'd prefer a pet rabbit, Fred, or roadkill, Matic. Dalraj Game says this has got 0-0 written all over it. Well, you would say that when it's 0-0 with 20 minutes to go. Chelsea are on the attack here with a shot. And this should be a goal for Batshuayi. He is rubbish. He's absolutely rubbish. I can't even spell his name. It bounces to him. And realistically, Batshuayi should score that. How do you spell his name? That was the chance for Chelsea. Chelsea lost to Valencia at home, so by no means are they going to go through. They could drop into the Europa, says Jordan Such. Yeah, I'd forgotten about that. 20 leagues and 3 Champions Leagues, or 18 leagues and 6 Champions Leagues, says Sonny S. I'm happy with the 20 times, thanks. Couldn't finish his dinner, says Jacob Damian. I'm just going to actually... You've intrigued me with that comment. I just want to check the Champions League tables, because you're right. I think if Chelsea were to I hadn't looked at it in that situation at all. If Ajax were to beat Chelsea, Ajax would go up to 9 points. Chelsea would be on 3 points, and then if Valencia beat Lille, they would be 3 points here of Chelsea. So Chelsea really cannot afford to lose this game. Barnes says, hi Mark, what are your thoughts on the whole Emery out movement, and do you think it's justified considering from what I can see he's getting more hate than even Ollie is? Well, Barnes, I'm glad you asked me this question about the Arsenal situation. And Aiden ST says, who would you rather support, Liverpool or City? I can't answer that. As a United fan, you can't answer it. If someone's got a gun at my head, it would have to be City, because Liverpool are a rivalry that matters, that is based on something real and not oil. So it would have to be City. Going back to the Emery out thing, I've got two sides to that coin. I can sympathise with Arsenal fans who, look, he has been there a year, and I think Arsenal are still terrible away from home. Are they any better than what they were under Wenger? But having said that, he's not had loads of money. He's stuck with Ozil. There are problems at Arsenal that are of their own making, i.e. the board. So I'd say it's a little bit too early. And also what I'd say with Arsenal is I think they're still in 5th. And they're still very much on track for top 4, which is surely, they can't be expecting anything better than 4th anyway. So Arsenal, are a long way off being where they think they should be. So I think the Emery out movement is probably a little bit unfair. But Chelsea nearly got in there. But that's a lot of Arsenal fans, by their very nature, it's still fresh with them how long they were trying to get Wenger out. So patience, I don't think, exists much in football anyway. And I think Arsenal fans are, are going to be very reactionary. And I think United fans are as well. But if you're Emery out, you've got to be Ollie out. And I know that doesn't make sense, because why would an Arsenal fan give a shit about what United are? But I think it's too early for Emery anyway. I'd give him the season. Before I'd get rid of him, because they could. It's not like they're definitely not going to get top 4. If they were in United's position, I think I'd be like, yeah, maybe he's got to go. It's his second year and it's getting worse and worse and worse. But I think it's too early for Emery, to be honest. Jay David says they'll bottle it to Leicester. I think Chelsea are coming into this game a lot better now. I think a lot of it's to do with fitness, and they'll be looking to nick this. But here's Ajax on the attack with Van der Beek. Hi Mark, it's me. Thoughts on Ajax? Says Matthew Goodyear. I think they're good. I think Ajax are good. But I don't. Have they done enough to win the game? Probably not. And I think they're starting to tire a bit now, whereas Chelsea, being the Premier League team, their fitness is starting to show. And I do think Chelsea will beat them at Stamford Bridge. So for Ajax, this is the big opportunity. No, lovely little flick there by Tammy Abraham. This could be the goal. I don't know why it wasn't the goal. It wasn't Tammy Abraham, actually. He's gone off. It was Hudson-Odoi. Pulisic laid it back to him, and I don't know how this doesn't end up being a goal. Oh, there was an offside in the build-up. That's really funny, because in the build-up to that chance for Chelsea, if they'd scored, it would have been given offside for the build-up. But then they get the corner. I just don't get it. I don't really understand what VAR is all about. Chelsea create a chance there, and in the build-up, he's offside. If they'd scored the goal, it would have been ruled out because VAR would have checked it. But because they don't score, corner to Chelsea. Barnes says, personally, I think footballing culture is rather overcritical and reactionary. Fans seem too quick to want managers sacked. The media don't help. I agree, Barnes. I think that a lot of people say, imagine Sir Alex Ferguson in the late 80s if Twitter and everything existed then. And I think he would be sacked. Yeah, I think he would be sacked. Because football is very reactionary now. But, on the other hand, you can't compare Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to Sir Alex, because I remember United under Sir Alex, and I went at the start, and there was a vision there. It just took a while to come through. Felinio 7. I know it's pronounced Odoi. I've just done Odie from the start because it's funny. Oddy. Mark, are you doing any Premier League watch-alongs on the weekend? Says Kieran McCrory. We spoke about that in the first half. Very, very difficult, because I don't want to do Man City Villa at lunchtime on Saturday. I don't want to do Burnley Chelsea on Saturday tea time. The 3 o'clock games are shit. I'd love to do Liverpool Spurs, but it's at the same time as Norwich United, so probably not this weekend. I know I try to do one every week, but probably not. Oh, and that's gone for a goal kick. Yusuf Mayat says, who's winning the league? My prediction is, and always has been, Liverpool. I don't want it to happen, but I think that they will. I feel fine, the JF show, I feel fine. And remember, all you good people can join me on the United Stand at 8 o'clock tonight. I've got a good show planned. And Patrick Electus says, Mark, that highlights the problem with VAR. The rules are too general and the people working in the box are too laid back. LFC Matt says, I'm going to an escape room on Sunday for my birthday. Have you ever been to one? You've got me intrigued now. What's that? Is that some sort of room that you... Oh, it's a goal. Oh, he's gone wide. Pulisic, edge of the box, shoots wide. And Muntasa is right about Pulisic. He says he's a lifelong United fan. He would have been perfect for the right wing. but United never went for him. Yeah, remember United is a 5:30 kickoff. Well, it's not 5:30, it's a 5 to 6 kickoff tomorrow. So the same time as this. So join us on the United stand for that as well. But this game, 10 minutes to go. It's looking like it will be... it's looking like it's going to be a draw, isn't it? Thanks everyone who's tuned in anyway. A lot of people said, will you please do this? I said I'd do it. I didn't expect we'd get 3,000 people watching. So thanks everyone who's tuned in. Really enjoyed it. And Lawrence says he's a Chelsea fan from Trinidad and Tobago. I enjoy the content. I even enjoy the United stand. You know what? The United stand does get a lot of people watching it who aren't the United. I mean, proportionately, it won't be a lot. I'd say 95% of people who watch the United stand are United fans. But we do get fans of other clubs watching. And we do get a lot of people saying, I wish you could bottle the United stand and just change it for Man City or change it for Liverpool or change it for Chelsea. Which I take as a compliment. Because... I don't think you can imitate what we do on the United stand. I don't. I think there's plenty of people trying it. I saw some clown the other day trying to go viral through that Playmaker FC thing, which I think is a load of bollocks. Reacting to the United goal, some United fan. And I was like, you can't fake what I do and then be popular. And I know that sounds really arrogant, but it's like, if you want to be something... be yourself. Don't go and copy what somebody else does, because that's their personality. That's who they are. I could never copy what True Geordie and Lawrence do. I would never copy, what bloody Troops does or someone like that. You just do your own thing. Mark, is Sophie not part of the United stand anymore? Says Shubik B. Yeah, well, when she goes to games, she's on the fan cam. So yeah, she's still part of it. I still speak to her. I'm trying to think what she was part of that you would say that she wasn't part of. She's always just been fan cams. But then actually, she did used to come on a Sunday night. But we don't do that format on a Sunday night anymore, because it used to be me, Sophie and Flex, or me, Flex and Rants. But we don't do that on a Sunday anymore. Barnes, also, what's your opinion on Adrian Durham's comments, if you've ever seen them, that Rashford pocketed Van Dijk and Liverpool bottled the game? Adrian Durham is a wind-up merchant. Talk Sport are wind-up merchants. They think of something that's going to be controversial, and to be honest, if I'm on a long car journey and I can't get the radio station I like, I'll put Talk Sport on. It's basically it's like watching EastEnders. It's entertainment. Is it really critical, cutting edge journalism? No. You just watch it like you watch EastEnders, if you watch EastEnders, just for a bit of comedy, because Adrian Durham has been doing it for years. He talks out of his arse. He knows what he's on about. He's actually quite got good footballing opinions, but unfortunately, the years of putting stuff out there just to wind people up mean that you can't take what he says seriously at all. And Ajax are on the attack here. Times it. Oh, if he'd threaded that through, it would have been a one-on-one for Ajax. How can a centre-forward pocket a centre-back? I thought Rashford gave Van Dijk one of his toughest games of the season, but I don't think Van Dijk was particularly bad in that game. It's the son of radio shows, says Michael Dunn. Yeah, exactly. I wonder if we're close to hitting 96,500. Please do subscribe if you're new. That was the aim to do it. We always try and do an aim on these shows, because we're 20 subscribers short. We're on 96,480. So if you haven't subscribed, please do, bottom right hand corner. And if you have subscribed, please share it. That would be appreciated. I'm live on the United stand in 23 minutes time. Dylan Bove says, you've got a natural passion for United, and when you rage, it comes from a place of passion. Someone can't copy that passion. I say rage because we haven't had much happy moments lately. Yeah, exactly. But one of the things I always get asked about is, and it's not just YouTube, it's like journalism, entertainment industry, how do you get into it? My answer is I don't really know. But my one bit of advice with anybody is don't ever, and this goes for football as well. If you want to be a professional footballer, don't model your game on Messi. Evolve it into you. Be your own player. Like, would you rather be Al Pacino or the bloke who does the Al Pacino accent comedian. You know. Goal! Goal for Chelsea! They've got it, and it's Batshuayi. And it's the cutback, and I tell you what, that's a bit of a smash and grab. But I did predict this. That I did predict this. Cut back by, I think it's Pulisic. He's done well since he comes on. Cuts it back, and Batshuayi from the 6-yard box hits it against the bar, down over the line. Good bit of play by Pulisic. And it is 1-0 to Chelsea. And they've nicked it right at the end. And Ajax, I did say this. I've got to be honest about myself and say, and you know I always said it, I felt in the last half an hour of that game, the Premier League fitness was starting to hurt Ajax. And I've seen this happen so many times, especially in Europe. The Premier League is such a beast of a league fitness-wise. It's such a beast of a league fitness-wise. And I think Ajax just started to drop off because the fitness levels in the Premier League are so big. I think in the last 20 minutes of a game it shows, and it has definitely shown. I've seen it happen against the Serie A teams a lot as well. So 1-0 to Chelsea, and it's a big win for Chelsea. This result will probably get them through. But Ajax are going to keep pushing forward here. Well done there. Ajax coming forward. They just can't break that Chelsea defence. The Dortmund link-up working again, says Friv Master Anthony. It was brilliant play by Pulisic. I don't know why I say things twice sometimes. But can Ajax find a goal late on here? Not like that. Goal kick. Ezra says that Pulisic is the most underrated player in football. I did say Chelsea will win as well. It's not 1-1. It's 1-0 to Chelsea at the moment. I'll just change the score actually. Huntelaar is coming on for Ajax here. Actually, I can't be asked to change the score. It will take me like 30 seconds to do it, and there ain't that long left. It's not 1-1. It always amazes me in the live comments the people who believe the fake scores, because we're literally virtually second for second what you're getting from the stream to what's actually happening. So by the time these people are writing 1-1, they'd have to be Mystic Meg. It's not 1-1. It's not even in the right half for it to be 1-1. It's 1-0 to Chelsea, and Chelsea are on the attack. So it's not 1-1. And don't believe fake scores. I watch like True Geordie sometimes, and people do it in there. And I've never believed any fake score in the live comments. I just go with what's on the screen, because there are people out there who, I wouldn't even call them sad little virgins, but they're just a little bit sad. But you're even sadder if you believe the live comments, because they're not in the future. They're not. And what I'm saying, or what anybody else is saying when you watch a live watch along, if it was 1-1, I'd be telling you 1-1 now. It's not. It's 1-0. We're into stoppage time anyway. It's a very good result for Lampard's boys, Mikhail Goffou. Very, very good. And of course, United play Chelsea in a week's time in the Carabao Cup. I'm really looking forward to that, because United don't have great depth, and Ollie's either going to have to play his youth and get beat, or play his first team and get beat. So it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. Dylan's having another poo. Aditya Parab, I'd rather stick bleach in my eyes, to be honest with you. It's a long story. 4 minutes added on, which you don't normally get in the Champions League. 4 minutes of added on, but this could be 2. They're getting in each other's way. Oh, it was a good chance. It's gone for a corner. Batshuayi wanted the second goal, got in the way of Kovacic, could have passed it out wide to a Chelsea player for a one-on-one, and Jorginho plays it into him. Kovacic wanted it. Batshuayi took the shot. Selfish. Kovacic wasn't very happy either. But that's what strikers do. That's what strikers do. Mark, what's your favourite non-United Champions League final? Says Sajed Karim. AC Milan against Liverpool when AC Milan beat them. Yeah, I enjoyed that because I thought they were going to win it. I know they won one where they did do it, and that's a very good comeback for Liverpool. But I think the worst one I watched was the one when Chelsea won it. I could not believe Chelsea smashed and grabbed the Champions League against Bayern Munich in Munich. That was a horrible one to watch. I didn't like Chelsea then when Terry played. I never wanted them to win anything. Barry Scott, says Bradley Dixon. So very good point. Very good 3 points for Chelsea. This would put them level on points with Ajax with 6. And I think if Valencia beat Lille later on, they'll be on 6. So literally halfway through the games, and Chelsea would be in a strong position. And I think Ajax could be in the Europa League. You know, I think this result could put Ajax into the Europa League because Valencia are in a stronger position. Why have Sky put Liverpool v Arsenal and Chelsea v United in the Cup on the same night, says Jordan Such. Are you telling me that we're not on the telly then, Jordan? Is that what you're telling me? I massively assumed that Chelsea United would be the telly game, but I presume Liverpool Arsenal are now the telly game. So I guarantee we're not on the bloody telly. That's the way this season's going, isn't it? Great. And Sky are bloody stupid. That should be one Tuesday, one Wednesday. But the problem is, the reason they've done that is because Arsenal are playing on Sunday. So you can't... They've got to play Wednesday. Chandru Zavi says, Mark, I love you and I'm not weird. No, you're not weird. Loving me doesn't make you weird. Some people would say it does, but... And I think that's going to be it. We've only got 30 seconds left. There's a couple of Chelsea players gone down. And Ajax are going down as well. Both are on TV, says John Wayne. Good. Good. LFC Matt says the escape room I'm going to is basically where you get in touch with your future self in the year 2025 after a nuclear fallout. You have to shoot aliens and find a way to escape the room. That sounds great. I would like to do something like that. And film it. Mark, they are both on Sky at the same time, says Jordan Such. Good. We've had 4 minutes here. This game should be finishing. So let me see. And Chelsea are really happy. They're really happy. They're celebrating. And it's a good win for them. It's a very good win for Chelsea. Really good. They're really happy with each other. They're celebrating. They're hugging. They're really pleased. Lampard's got something going on there. He's got something going on there. That's a good result for them. Well done to Chelsea. Ajax just faded in the last 20 minutes. Good game. Thanks everyone who said predict to watch it. We've hit 96,500. Remember, if you've not seen episode 2 of the FIFA Career Mode, you can check that out. It was a good stream today. And I'm going to be on the United Stand at 8 o'clock if you want to join me for all the latest United news. I will see you on there. But thanks everyone for watching. I've got to get away quick because I'm going to be live there in 10 minutes. I'll speak to you all soon. Really enjoyed it tonight. Hope you did. I love all the biscuit chat when we're watching football and all that stuff. So thanks everyone for watching. I'll speak to you in a bit.